she said. I got my hands up, shaking just to let you know that you've got a higher power. Got me singing every second.
Hey guys, let's ring the bell. You know, summer's almost over. The future's still bright. We're still trying to wear some shades here. It's one of your two bosses, Dr. Chuck. Hey, summer is almost over. So, you know, obviously, usually in an orthodontic office, those last couple weeks of the summer can be frustrating and be a little stressful because you're seeing a lot of patients and trying to serve the patient, right? But let's ring the bell because summer's almost over and we're looking forward to serving you guys. We got 2 dates coming up that I think are gonna be pretty special. Coming up the first of the 2 Wednesdays, we have a plan for like a staff appreciation. Gonna go over here to Holland Park and play some wiffle ball, some kickball, maybe some pickleball, have some prizes, have some fun. We will meet here at the office at 9, plan on 9 to 2 or 3. You'll get paid for 6 hours for playing wiffle ball and kickball and pickleball. But you know, it's just to show you guys a little bit of appreciation. We've been doing this since the early days and we've always done something a little different. So I think it'll be a special day with fun, and we did it at Holland Park maybe 10 years ago or so, and I think this is going to be really fun. And then the next Wednesday is more like a staff meeting. We're going to have a full staff meeting and then kind of break off into treatment coordinators, front desk, clinic, to try to, again, as I've always said, sharpen the saw and make ourselves better. That's, you know, been on my docket for a while, is that how do we better serve our patients? How do we better serve each one of you guys as employees? And, you know, we've had a couple glitches in the road, and my goal is to help get us to a better place. And I think Stu is on board with that too. So obviously the summer started with a couple, and my last ACDC, obviously I was a little frustrated at how somebody, you know, leaves their job. You know, each one of you guys, every single one of you, from the newest employee to the employees that have been here the longest, you know, we've invested time and effort in each one of you guys, and we expect an ROI, you know, a return on our investment, you know. And if you're new and training, you know, our vested interest is to make you the best employee we can. And if you've been here over 12 or 15 years, it's the same thing. How do we help you have job satisfaction and purpose in your job, but also getting as much out of you as we can to help us serve our patients? So, and I think you know, to leave a job with a text message, not the way to leave, guys. I'm just going to tell you that right now. If you're a newer employee, please come and talk to us. And again, I go back to the last one. I really appreciated Areli when she came to talk to us about why she was going to go to this other orthodontic office in Greenville, and you know, that's respectable, and that's what should happen. Is, hey, let's have a conversation about it. But anyways, that being said, there's a lot of things that we want to get better at. Most importantly, how do we better serve our patients and ourselves in that process? And part of that's going to come down to, you know, trying to create, you know, I was looking at this little thing about policy change as of about almost a year ago. And how do you take a policy? First of all, we talk about it, and but sometimes it's not written down. And so I think writing that stuff down, and this one's written down, it says 24-hour notice. Well, if you take that literally, if somebody calls and cancels their appointment less than 24 hours, it feels like you're supposed to charge for them. But, you know, even since that, I think, you know, we've talked through it, and probably it's same day. You know, what we're really trying to do is not trying to collect $25. It's not about, you know, creating another hurdle for the patients and creating frustration within that patient. It's about trying to help our patients do what we want them to do, which is show up. You know, if you have an appointment, show up. And if you cancel the same day, for sure, I think that's where the policy kind of changed about a month ago, is if you cancel that same day, you know, and then what's the excuse, you know? I mean, is it a chronic offender? We don't charge the first time. Anyways, walking through that. And I think the other thing we're going to talk about in the staff meeting and then our break-off sessions is how do we create processes that work better? Because I noticed frustration from not each of you, but several of you, and a lot of those frustrations come from when we go off of those processes, and then the patient's frustrated, I get frustrated, and you're frustrated. And we're trying to avoid that, right? How do we create processes that work better? And I think that's what we're going to work towards, whether it be using Weave better. You know, one of the things, when I did this video earlier, the phone kept ringing. I'm like, how do we create a Weave system that works better for us, and really educate ourselves on Weave? I've talked to Krista and a couple other people about, you know, when it's a intercom, if I'm intercomming somebody, should have a different ring so that we know, hey, it's an intercom, somebody's trying to get a hold of me. So just kind of working through those processes, using the things that we have in our possession, like Weave, and obviously same thing with payroll. I've never sat through a 1 hour or even you know, 4 or 5 hours sessions about how to use the payroll system correctly, how to enter the employees correctly. Obviously, we're thinking about trying to improve how that works. So we're going to try to use Weave better, do better on the payroll to get the payroll. I think it's come a long way from a year and a half ago when I started with Paychex. So anyways, we do have a couple new employees that are going to be starting next week. I think Sherry's going to be starting on Monday, and Kana maybe starting on Wednesday. I'm still trying to solidify that. And obviously, we had another really great interview with Ruth. So how do we use these great people that we interview? I think Sherry comes to the TC position with a lot of expertise that probably going to change some of our processes. So be ready for that. And I just think I look forward to the fall being a time of rejuvenating us on how we can best serve our patients and each other, come up with some procedural things that make sense to our patients. So really looking forward to the 2 events coming up, because I think it's fun, and that's something we do a little differently here. So hopefully you guys appreciate that. Anyways, I love each one of you guys, and looking forward to finishing up the summer. So until then, Dr. Chuck out.
Oh yeah, you've got a higher power, and she really saw